Shalom, 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 Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Coming back at you with another lesson, in sincerity and in truth. Just want to go in on this news story that came out about, it ain't been that long, it's recent. But this is happening, and you can see it here at the top. It says eviction floodgates have opened in NYC, adding to housing crisis, man. So not only is it that people cannot find housing, and the rent is too high in New York City, but people are being evicted, man. See, we told our people from the beginning that you cannot trust this devil, man. The Most High tells you, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua tells you. Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. Before I play this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach, right? Chapter 12, verse 10. And it says, never trust thine enemies, right? Who is your enemies, man? All these other nations outside of the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So your chief enemy, the so-called white man who you are under in subjection to, right? The Most High told you to never trust him, man. But what do our people do? We trust in the so-called white man, man. Right? Here it is. What was it? Back in 2021, he excused people from paying rent, man, because it was a pandemic, right? Which is a plandemic. But he gave you rent excuse. And what did our people do? We took full advantage of that, man. Right? Took full advantage of that, man. Mainly the so-called black woman. She was not paying her rent. I seen a story where a so-called black woman got put out of her house for not paying $30 in back rent, man. $30, man. Right? But you will hear the so-called black woman tell you she don't need a man. She's independent, strong. She can do it all by herself. And when it says eviction floodgate, that's talking about the so-called black woman, man. Right? Chiefly. But also to, the so-called American woman. But the so-called black woman here in America is out of her damn mind, and she's proud, man. And she's been getting away with these things for so long, man. She has always had the government protect her and keep her afloat. Now what? That rug is being pulled from under her, man. That rug is being pulled from under all you people, man, who took advantage of this devil's trap, man. It was a trap from the beginning. Right? He knows our people, man. He tell you don't have to pay rent. He excuses you. Hey, you'll take all of that and just you'll take it to the heights of unlimited heights, man. You'll just be, and that summer, there was an influx of, people buying, all of these so-called high name brands, Gucci and Fendi and Louis Vuitton, and buying nice cars and things like that. Why? Because they didn't have to pay rent. Rent is like the biggest chunk that comes out of your check or comes out of any money that you have, man. Rent is the number one thing that takes that huge chunk out, man. So if people no longer have to pay that for a certain amount of time, hey, they for one, they get comfortable. Two, they just spend wildly, man. So now what? Esau Edom, Sleazy E is pulling the he's pulling the rabbit out of the hat, man. Right? But let's go back. The Most High tells you, right? This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10 again. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So his whole agenda is to be wicked towards you, man. It's to put you in the trap and in the hole that you can't get out of. It says, though he humbled himself, how does he humble himself? He said, hey, we're excusing rent. You know, we know it's hard out there for Americans, and we love the Americans, right? So, you know, we're gonna help them. We're gonna give them stimulus checks. We're gonna give them $600 extra on unemployment, and on top of that, we're gonna excuse them from paying rent. You know, I believe it was a year span, or maybe a little over. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, man. You got to beware of this devil because he has something up his sleeve. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Right? So this devil is going to show his horns. This devil is going to show his wickedness and his evil, man, that he has for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. He's going to show it. Right? Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Right? So basically, don't give this devil one up over you, man. Don't let your guard down. If this devil say don't pay the rent, pay your rent, man. If the devil say, you know, I'm giving you PPP loans, just, you know, prove that you have a business. And hey, man, if you don't have a business, hey, don't apply for that loan. But you had our people applying for that loan, man. 50,000, 100,000, $1 million, right? And the devil was just giving it out, knowing that when he come down with that hammer, man, you're not gonna be able to pay that loan back. So what? What are you going? He's gonna seek to take that seat, man. Meaning he has you, man. He got one up over you. He's going to overthrow you, man. It says, and thou at thy last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Who's the serpent? Esau Edom, man. Who's the charmer? Who was charmed? The children of Israel, man. It says, who will pity a charmer, an Israelite, that is bitten with a serpent? Right? So who will pity you if you're playing with a serpent? If you're playing around with Esau Edom and his tactics and his traps, who's gonna pity you when that hammer come down on you, man? Nobody. Or any such as come nigh wild beast. Why would you come near a wild beast, man? Why? Because in the scriptures it tell you, if you have not the law, you are considered a wild beast, man. And Esau Edom, he does not have a law, man. The Most High hates him. So therefore, he's going to be a wild beast. And you come near that man, you trust that man, and you're going to get bit, man. Right? You're going to get bit in many ways than one. Right? It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity? So Esau is walking sin. Whoever holds hand in hand with this devil, whoever believes that this devil can be trusted, who's gonna pity you when that man turn on you, man? Nobody. Right? So without further ado, let's play this, man. Salakia for my rant, but you know how we move in the spirit. So, Yahweh Shemi Al Shah willing to elect the Alpha. Shalom.
Tonight, thousands of New Yorkers are facing a very real threat, losing their apartments. All of the eviction moratoriums and emergency assistance help has now run out. And now a new emergency, families on the street. Investigative reporter Dan Kraft with what it means and what's being done about the growing problem.
The problem here is back rent. So many families are struggling to catch up, and the number of those being evicted could rise to a level we haven't seen in years. It's very difficult.
This father of two didn't want to show his face. He's embarrassed. Like thousands of people, he doesn't have the back rent to stay in his Bronx apartment.
It was very frustrating for me not to be able to have the money to pay the rent. I fell behind.
Fell behind after having
He sounds like a so-called Latino, man.
surgery. And when his main source of income broke down, his car, he's an Uber driver, and thousands to repair it so he could get back on the road.
How far behind are you on your rent?
Maybe like 9 months. The total is like about like $17,000 because the rent is.
Look at that, man. $17,000, man. He's in back rent, man. 17,000. Right? Now, how does someone get in that? You had a job, right? You say he was an Uber driver. You had a job, and during the pandemic, you wasn't required to pay rent, but they was given if your hours went down during the pandemic, you would have been eligible for unemployment, man, which they would have gave you, extra 600 on top of whatever unemployment was giving you, man. So the thing is, right, a lot of our people played around during that time. They thought that they could trust this man. They thought that this man had their best interests at heart. Oh, man, see, America, they love us, man. We don't have to pay rent. We're getting the extra money in our pocket. Our people was living good, man. Crime was down. But what you think gonna happen now, man? When people can't pay their rent and they're in the they're in the threat of losing their homes, man. They're gonna lash out, right? So this is a bomb waiting to explode, man. Right? I had to play that back. Salakia.
9 months. The total is like about like $17,000 because rent is very expensive.
$17,000.
Yes.
He's working overtime, but finding it impossible to catch up. And he's not alone. More than 100,000 families received eviction notices in the city last year alone. That's more than double the amount from the year before. And this year could surpass pre-pandemic numbers.
I went through a lot, But like my mother said, God is not going to make you bear what you can't handle.
Most of those.
And you see, right? You see how our people are, right? See, the Most High knows our people, man. When you going through adversity, when you going through hell, you call on the Most High. But you see, the Most High has been calling out to our people, for decades, man. And our people have yet to advise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai's counsel, man. You see the gospel being preached. You see the brothers that you call Power Rangers on every street corner and in every major city in the U.S., man. And all around the earth, man. You got brothers bringing it out, man. All of you got a smartphone. You be on YouTube. You got social media. But yet our people refuse to hearken, right? But you see, when their life is threatened, and their comfort level is threatened here in America, Babylon the Great. They want to call on the Most High when the Most High is not dealing with America, man. Right? Our people are hypocrites at its finest, man. When they doing good, they don't care about the Most High when they doing good, man. Soon as they go through some hell, now they want to call on the Most High. Now they want to say God, which God ain't his name. The Most High's name is floating out here, man. Yet you don't want to believe that that is his name. You don't want to repent and humble down and get in order, man. You don't want to do that, man. And like I said, the number one person in New York City that does not want to pay their rent is the so-called black woman, man. She's the number one person, man. Right? See, what our people don't understand is that we are in the land of our enemies, man. Let me get this real quick. Baruch. Right? Let me share it. I'm going to share it. Right? Baruch. Chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, man. America, Babylon the Great, we are in captivity. This is the land. This is the land of our captivity, man. This is the land of our captivity, man. Even to this very day. What is it? February. February 22nd, 23rd, 2023. We are in captivity to this very day. He said, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. So we are put here, we are under curses, man. Right? We are under curses. It says, and to be subject to payments, man. We got to pay taxes. We got to pay rent. We got to pay for every damn thing, man. According to all the iniquities of our fathers. Why? Because we are our forefathers, man. So we have had this curse put upon us. We are going through literal hell, man, here in the land of our captivity, which departed from the Lord our power, man. Why are we going through these curses? Because we departed from our power, man. We decided to serve other gods. We decided to do our own thing, man. We decided to not keep the laws. Even to this day, we'll tell each other the law is done away with, man. When the Most High's laws are never done away with, man. Right? It's crazy. But you said, like the Most High said, he said he will go and return to his place until we acknowledge our offense, man. When we repent and seek him in sincerity, right? And with a humble spirit, then the Most High is going to start to lift the curses from us, man, which he's doing now, slowly. But see, 2/3 of our people, they're going to die here, man. They're going to suffer here and die here, man. Because they are rebellious, right? They are very rebellious, right? Like this woman right here. So, let's continue.
What you can't handle.
Most of those filings happening in the Bronx and in Brooklyn, where Destiny Chansey just lost her apartment.
I need stability. I can't go to work wondering when I'm gonna sleep when I get out of work. You know?
There are people who are working to help.
Oh, it's been hectic.
But there aren't anywhere near enough attorneys like Christy Ortiz.
Now the floodgates have basically been open for evictions.
She represents low-income families in Brooklyn.
Legal services providers are doing our best to try to...
Brooklyn and the Bronx, mainly where so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans dwell at, man. Mainly.
Stop that flow, but the eviction mill is turning as fast as it can.
Tenants have a legal right to an attorney, but some say they feel like they're navigating the complicated court system alone. where one missed hearing could mean being out on the street.
Right now, I'm going blind back to the court because I don't know anything about the process.
As a result, many people are choosing to leave New York City altogether to places that are more affordable. The height of the pandemic may be over, but the pandemic exodus continues.
We like to include solutions in our stories. There are lawmakers and nonprofits helping out, but legal aid says it's not enough. The story doesn't end here. You can track who's being evicted and also find resources for help on our website. Just click on the investigative tab.
And there you have it, man. Sleazy E is seeking to throw you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out, man. He don't want you here anyway, right? He hates you, man, but you think he loves you, right? So let's get a couple more. We're gonna shut down. All right, we're gonna go to Isaiah 6. All right. Because this is what our people, this is basically the end all be all for 2/3 of our people, man. Right? This is Isaiah 6 and 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Who's that? The 2/3, man. So the brothers is on the highways and the hedges, man, teaching the word. But 2/3 of our people are not going to get it, man. They're not going to receive the word, man. Verse 10, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes, man, so they can't see, they can't hear. They can't see what's going on in these last days. They can't hear the words of the Lord, right? It said, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. So, hey, this is basically the Most High, commanding Isaiah, to telling Isaiah to go and preach to these people, right? But then it's an angel on these people to block their understanding, man. To block their ears and their eyes, man. This is the angel, man. The angel is making his people's heart fat and their ears heavy and shut their eyes, man. Right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't want the 2/3 to get it, man, because what? He wants to destroy them, man. So what Isaiah said? Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate, man. Right? So it's in Yahweh Shem Yahushua's program to destroy 2/3 of our people, man, because they're wicked as hell, man. Right? And that's what they're going to get. Right? So this is an angel coming down, right? Telling Isaiah to preach to the people, but he's going to withdraw the understanding from 2/3 of our people, man. Right? This will be my last one. I'm gonna close out. Right. So this is Second Esdras. Right, chapter 16. We're gonna start at 46, right? I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Let's share this one. It says, for strangers, it says, this is Second Esdras 16 and 46. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods. Who's the strangers? All these other nations, man. Right? Over the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children's captive. For in captivity and famine shall they get children, man. So basically, the Most High was gonna make us a people of no strength, man. They was gonna basically rob us, kill us, rape us, take our children. It all goes back to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, man. Right? And it says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more I will be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. So the same way Yahweh Shem Yahushua had these strangers, do all of these things to us, the Most High is going to set a judgment before these strangers, man, these other nations, right? So they're not gonna last too much longer after this comes to pass, right? And this has been happening, man. They have been doing this, man. Esau, Edom, along with these other nations who came together to destroy us, they've been doing these things, man. So the Most High is more angry with them for their sins and their transgression, right? We're going to jump to 70, right? Verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So in these last days, what you got coming up soon is that this devil is going to come all out with great wrath, man. Because he knows if he has was a short time. He knows the men of the Lord are the men of the Lord, man. He knows who we are. He thinks he can stop the prophecy, but he can't, man. And the Lord is going to stomp this man out soon, man. Right? Verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. So Esau, Edom, is going to be like a madman, sparing none. He's going to completely come out to just kill you jakes, man. That's going to be his MO, man. That's going to be his plan. Everything else is failing him, man. He's being found out. Right? His plans that he got against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is not coming to fruition the way he thinks it is. So what? He's gonna come out. He's just gonna come out like a madman, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Right? So this is what he's gonna do, man. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's what he's doing, man. He's casting, like now he's casting it out with a blanket of, you didn't pay your rent. But soon he's just gonna come in, busting through your door, right? Grabbing you up, right? Forcibly taking you out of your house, man, with no questions asked. Why? Because he's gonna be like a madman, sparing none. So we in these times, man, where this devil, he's going to come down with great wrath and he's going to be taken out. And he knows it, man. Right? He tells you in Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter 2, man, that his life is like a puff of smoke and his time on earth is fast as hell, man. Basically, quoting and paraphrasing, So, hey, we in the time of judgment. Whether it's being kicked out of your house, right? A famine where you ain't got nothing to eat, right? Judgment, meaning you being killed by the sword. We're in the time of all that, man. So it would be in your best interest, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, to repent and seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, before it's too late. Because if you don't, man, that's going to be the end of you. So I just wanted to go into that. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, was edifying to the elect. Until next time, Israel, repent. Shalom. Love y'all.